You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
And let me say a healthy good evening to my colleagues in studio, and also to those of you in viewing land. Let us say welcome. This is the Bottom Line Liberia, where we discuss the issues, give our opinions, and analyze it as we should do. Tonight, I want to say welcome to our only sister so far right now on the show, sisters Lucretia Nelson and also Paul the Lord Chiruple. And Jima Kamara is going to be joining us in the next few minutes. My name is Linford Goa in Studio A, and Jima will be in Studio B, Paul is in Studio C. And, we got studios all over the place, right? And our sister is joining us from D. But they're all in London, I'm in Norway. So we want to say welcome wherever you are. Join us and then share the show. Paul, Sis Lucretia, welcome.
Thank you, Linford.
Paul.
Well, good evening, guys. It's good to be back on this Bottom Line Liberia. This is where we discuss the issues. And to our viewers, welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. Those that are watching on Vajala TV, welcome. Kindly share the show. We'll have a lot of interesting topic tonight we'll be discussing. So, Linford, lead us through what's on the menu for tonight.
Well, tonight, as usual, we'll be going through some of the major stories making headlines in Liberia. We'll be searching some of the newspapers. And like I said, you may think that you've read the newspaper. Yes, you've read it and you understood it your way. But again, we have different understanding of it. And then we all have different opinions of what we have read. And so, like I always say, if I ask you to describe this cell phone, all three of us, then we describe it different way. Even I will say, I didn't know that was like this. So, when we discuss the issues in the newspapers, we discuss it in a way that we give our own view, our own analysis. And you who have read that paper previously will learn something from it, and we will also learn something. So we'll do the newspapers, and then we'll also go to the major appointments or the appointments that have been made by the new president, Joe Boakai. And we'll try to look at some of those people's character, what we know about them. We may not know them as well, but we'll be talking about what we have seen or heard or know about them personally, and whether they can bring any changes to the system in Liberia. And I think Representative Yeke Kolva is back on the stage again. We'll also be listening to him. He spoke recently. We'll play that video. So these are just a few of what we'll be looking at tonight, Paul.
Great. So, welcome, Lucretia. It's good to have you here again. So, how things and how you look at the situation in Liberia with all of these new excitement? There are 4 ladies now. We learned that have been appointed. We found a lot of young people who got PhDs heading places that they have not managed before. What the rescue train have started? What's going on? What are your take on this?
Oh, well, by the look of things, I think 1 or 2 people on our list have been assigned. I think, from my point of view, it's okay with me, but the rest of them is a question mark, because I will want to know where have they worked, their skills, their experience, and what are they bringing to the Liberian people, and what have they done in the past, whether they have any record that we could look at to say, well, when they were working at this place, they were able to achieve this and that for the Liberian people. Because as far as I can see, it's like people coming back to enrich themselves and their family.
Right.
And the rescue train said they came to rescue Liberia, but I just don't want to jump the boat. But I really don't know whether they're coming to rescue Liberia or they're coming to just who just, enrich themselves and have another 6 years of enjoyment, jolly. And at the end of the day, our poor people will continue to struggle, continue to suffer, poverty will increase. Because to be honest with you, I'm not sure whether most of them can really deliver or whether they're going to put their masses' interests at heart. That would be my problem with most of the appointments, because most of them you can see that these are people that just coming to grab what they want and get out. So I leave it from you.
I'll leave it for now. Info, let's flow.
Having said that, let's Paul, if you can see some people on your board, you can acknowledge them. We'll be taking a short musical break, and we'll come back. During that time, while we're having the music, we want you to help to share the show, like our link, then share the show, so that whenever we get back on here, you will be notified, and then you can join us. The purpose of us being here is to give you the information, and for you also to get the information. So it's a teamwork. Without you, we cannot be here, and without us, you cannot be here, because I know you're not just putting on your computer and sit down and be looking at it. You'd rather be watching a movie or something. So we'll take a short musical break, and then we'll come back. Then we see what we're going to do. Paul, you had that music from George, from former President George Weah, Mr. Lion, I don't know whether you still have it.
Do I have it? No. Hold on.
Okay. So while Paul is trying to check for that music, he's our former president, so we got to still remember him some way, somehow. Mr. Lion, man. But in the meantime, our sister Lucretia, how is the weather in the UK?
It's very cold today as well.
So
but I think it's better than sometimes last week. Yeah, I went out today, so it is cold.
When I hear it was very cold.
While looking for the music, I just wanted to put this out. That is our outgoing president.
I love that.
The most dressed man on the planet Earth at the moment. So while I'm trying to figure out where is this music,
he looks really nice.
Like our viewer to think what they think of the former president of Liberia. It's all in white.
Okay, while waiting for the viewers to give that cut on how he looks, I would take the lead. I think the former president looks. In fact, whenever we refer to Weah as president, protocol demands that once a president, always a president.
President, yeah.
You can say former, but even if you say former, you still say president. So I had a former before the president, just say president. We know the men are there, but when we say president, maybe Joe Boakai, how we call it, say, but they not here again, if we say calling him president. But the president looks sharp right there. And,
he does.
And something I saw about Weah for the past 6 years, he was president, is that, yes, he put us on weight. But I think he's still meeting because he's a tall guy, one, and two, people of his height, when they get too fat, some of them go out of shape. Yeah. And because of the weight, they tend to bend down. They tend, their structure, the frame, the weight cannot stand the frame, so they tend to bend over. But I think being a sportsman, he tried to, keep that fitness. So he still looks good. I mean, he still looks good, and I think, yeah, even though they got Papa Small in it, because this is a Liberian thing. When you're gonna be every day, my friend, they say, man, you can't get fat. I know I will do. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, I should not do anything. But our Liberian community, when you not be or gonna hanging, they say you're not fat. So, but I think George, we are try to keep his.
I think he looks healthy on this picture. He look good. He does look good on this photo, and he look very healthy.
Yeah, I think when Jamal get by, you play that music. So you just play the original Takun J.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that I think it's time for his music, because the music we're going to discuss Liberia. We cannot leave Takun J out, so we're going to flow with this.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not to corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation is poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go for we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us.
Well, we can keep going on with this tag music. As for me, I really love this music because it speaks to the truth and nothing but the truth about Liberian government. All of the governments, starting from J.J. Roberts until now. But let me officially say welcome again to our viewers and to our participants or our panelists here. Tonight, we want to start with a review of the major newspapers. Some of you have read it, but we find it as our obligation to bring it to those of the people who did not read it. And like I always said, I was in Liberia, I know it's about newspaper, I'll grab it from somebody, look through the pages and then go. So a lot of people do the same thing. They will, in fact, the people will be looking, laying down in front of them and start asking, say, "Mama, where are the people today?" So the first paper of here will be this one, Justice Minister Nomination Headache. Prince Johnson, there are reports that Prince Johnson is getting a little bit jittery, is getting a little bit uneasy. He's not satisfied. And the reason that people are suspecting, according to the paper, is that Justice Minister nominee is likely that he may want to back a war crimes court in Liberia, and key people, even Boakai himself, has promised that he will do something about the war crimes. And then Speaker Fonatikova, in his acceptance speech when he won, he also made reference to that. So, it's like the fence is going around Prince Johnson little by little, and then he's feeling unhappy. So, guys, I don't know. What do you think? What's going on here? Lucretia, will start with you. Do you think Prince Johnson is being fenced in? I mean, from what's unfolding?
To be honest with you, I don't think so, because my reason of saying so, Liberians, we are not committed to our words at times. We might say something and the time will come, we might change our minds.
Good point.
So, on that note, I will tell you, sir, I'm not convinced, because most of us who do not stamp our word, who do not commit to something that we say we're going to do, we'll always be thinking, oh, how this person going to feel, or how people will think about me. But as a leader, you have to take some drastic decisions at times. And I personally think for the World Crown Court to come to Liberia, it could bring lots of closure to most of our friends and families. Because knowing so well that someone just killed your loved ones for no reason, and they all patrolling the street of Liberia calling themselves lawmakers, a whole lot of rubbish. I just think it's so unfair for our dead ones. And I would strongly ask if this government could really, really look deep into bringing some closure to our family and loved ones, and bringing the War Crown Court to Liberia. It's not everybody can go. If you go and defend yourself to say they didn't kill no one or whatever, but I think it will help lots of families to heal, because knowing so well your loved ones were killed in cold blood without any reason, without any justice, it's very hard. Very, very hard for family. And it's like a game that Liberians are doing. When someone want to run for election, oh, they use the word crown court. No, it shouldn't be like that. If we choose to say that we're going to bring word crown court, people should be able to stand by the words, for people to respect them, to say, yes, I said it and I'm going to do it. They should not take it to be a game or play on the poor people minds. I don't think it's right, to be honest with you. So I support that.
Paul, I think Lucretia, that's a very important point. That is keeping promise. Where we say one thing and then the very next minute we are saying different thing, or we say that we'll do this thing, and the next minute we are doing something else. So, do you think? I'll throw the same question to you, but I'll add another part. That is, do you think, as things are unfolding, where President Boakai has said he will do something about the war crimes court, and then the speaker also, remember, he's the most powerful man in the house, says that he will back in a bill, he will do something about it too. So do you think the fence is closing around Prince Johnson, knowing fully well that Prince Johnson is in alignment with Joe Boakai? And the second part to that question is, what do you think will happen, just in case the president actually puts his feet down and say, I will do it? In contrast to what Lucretia is thinking, that Liberians will say one thing and they do another thing.
I think, first of all, I want to say thanks to our viewers for following us. For those of you who are following us for the first time, this is the Bottom Line Discussion. We're based in Europe. Kindly click on the like button and follow us. Linfa, I think Lucretia was spot on. people in Liberia do not stick to their promises. We have seen that many times, and I will take you back to the CPP. The four party came together, they had a framework. But what happened? We all know what happened. They never really stuck to their gun. They decided to do their own thing. This is Liberia. People would promise lie to get to what they want, and when they get there, it becomes this whole different ball game. If you remember, the CDC ran on a campaign that war economic crime code. When we are came to power, what happened? It went through the window. So what we're seeing here with this headache that the nominee are facing, Prince Johnson, I think we'll go through the list later on. He have been given a justice ministry because his man is now going to say that he trying to avoid what's going to come. And since Fanatic Kofa said it, that he will put that on the floor. And this president have made a commitment to Liberian that he will bring the war and economic crime. So he have a social contract with us Liberian. He must deliver. So Prince Johnson may be jittering now because there was a social contract signed. And in the inaugural speech that we'll talk about later on, is also there that he's going to bring case. So if our in Prince Johnson shoe any of the warlords, they might be finding other means now to, I don't know where they're going to run, but it is where it is around him. So he might be feeding the fence.
Okay. For some of our viewers, because somebody raised this question the last time, why is it that every time they talk about war crimes, only Prince Johnson name they will call? And I will endeavor to answer that question. I'm not the authority though, but I will endeavor to answer that question. The reason why Prince Johnson name always pops up whenever the issue of war crimes code comes on is because Prince Johnson is influencing the politics in Liberia. I mean, you got other warlords. You got General Bodniki, you have George Poley, you got Thomas Yaya Nimle, who is I think senator or representative for one of the countries in the southeast right now. And all these people are not talking about them. Not that people forgot about them, but these people are not impacting the lives of Liberians or of their victims, some of their victims. Imagine Prince Johnson kill your mother or your parents, burn your house, did a lot of things, and then the same man comes to decide who can be your president. The same man comes to say, okay, I will make you president if you give this sort of thing. So that's why whenever the issue of war crimes code comes, his name is mentioned first, because he's a kingmaker one and he's a newsmaker, and that's what people do. So Jima, welcome and give us your take. We're talking about whether the fence is closing on Prince Johnson as the Justice Minister pick and all these other things are unfolding, and he's feeling uneasy. What's happening here?
I don't think Johnson plays the game very well. Yeah, nothing's closing of Senator Johnson. If you understand right now, there's a newspaper report that the Justice Minister is been put on hold because that shows his strength. And also, he also overheard Honorable Yaka Kolba say yesterday in the interview that Mr. Johnson, Honorable Johnson, Senator Johnson has a lot of lists of need for Niba County. So he has his strength. He's pulling the very, very weight. So definitely you could see that there'll be some changes. There's lists going around being out since 2 days ago. He's been circulating, but it's not been sent out to the media. There are a lot of lists on it for Niba County. And there are those names to be withdrawn also being played with. So we could see the next by Monday, a lot of lists will come out. Nima, people from Nima will be dominating that list. And that's the power of Senator Johnson. And this is why he departed from George Weah, because George Weah did not listen to him. He promised people in Niba County to give them jobs. And he would
the question, with that, it raises another question. So who has the appointment power here? Yeah, Prince Johnson will have the list, but the president can choose who to appoint.
No,
and then what happens?
That's why they went into marriage. They went to marriage that I want you to do this for me, and that was a deal. And this is why he pushing the case. He got to vouch for his people. The fact that he said that they should give him a job, and this is why he took the one he gave Nimba County to the Unity Party, and you saw that.
Okay.
For 3 parties.
Right now, what can Prince Johnson do if Boakai refuses to employ all the people that
he will not refuse? Boakai will not refuse. Prince Johnson knows Boakai's strength. He know how to pull strength. He know how to knock him off. So he's a guy. You don't underestimate Prince Johnson.
Yeah, but okay, that's why I asked. What will he do? Because Boakai is the president now.
But the question is, what I'm trying to tell you right now, that is why if you tell him that his power shows that that's why they're holding up to the Justice Minister position. It's not been put out. It's been held for the reason that because there's a lot of noise. Not only Prince Johnson, you also understand that Kuhn is part of the Jeremiah Kuhn is also backing Prince Johnson in this case. That's the weight against Boakai alone. So you see what happened? And who gave Nimba to Boakai? It's Johnson. Who gave Boakai to win? It's Johnson. So it's Kuhn and Boakai, Kuhn and Johnson giving Boakai the strength. So they agree that they should get this position at the start. So this is the reason. That's the reason. You can't do it. Why is it taking too long? Probably when I on the show last time. Why is it taking too long for him to announce the names of the proper minister proper? Because of the argument, the internal conflict, the internal issues. They are fighting over who to give the job to. But now we should have at least 20 ministers named out, proper ministers. Deputy and assistant ministers and other director of agencies should be coming out later. But now we're going to 3 days now, almost a week, we don't have any proper minister, not more than 10. You know it. This is the story. So it's internal issue.
Okay. Put on the next newspaper. Let's see what's there.
I was not in, so I don't know which one you guys been rolling. So
we just did it one. We just did this one. This is the one we just did.
Okay, to support this is I'll just put another one out right now. This guy is a massacre, right? He's counselor. This is Boakai's choice. You got me? So this is Boakai's choice. Kura is the choice of Johnson. So there's an issue now. This is Daily Observer report today. Boakai put Justice Minister and Minister on hold. On hold. So you see what I'm talking about here. That's the strength of Johnson. You cannot underestimate the power of Prince Johnson. He's a kingmaker. He's powerful. He carry weight. So whether you like it or not, Prince Johnson carry weight, and you will see the nominations. Nimba County will carry more names than any other thing. You saw it. It's gonna happen. This is what Prince Johnson is good at.
You see, listen, Lucretia will come in. Paul will come in. I'm not disagreeing with you, but the point I'm making here, I'm looking at after tonight, after tomorrow, after next week. If Boakai insists that no, listen, Prince, you can have all of them, but I can't give a justice ministry post, or I can't give all the people whose names you bringing forth. I can't give all of their job. What will happen? Because this is the same thing that broke Prince Johnson away from we are. So I'm just thinking far ahead. Or Lucretia come in.
Let me make statement on that before Malu come in. The issue of Prince Johnson, there was a news going around that somebody said from the Unity Party that the proper ministry job will be distributed on the county level. This is how the issue they came out with. We heard where somewhere. It's circulating somewhere. I don't know who is putting that out. And I'm also telling you, I've received lists 2 days ago from Liberia, more than 10 people. Bulk of them, I know ministers keep ministers, but it's not been officially sent out. And those are leaked information. But you cannot say I cannot independently verify those information. I mean, the appointees. But what I want to let you know, my brother, is this: colleagues on this platform tonight. Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kuhn carry weight. And what they want, they will get almost 80% of it. And I can assure you he will get them, because this is the deal. And he knows how to pull the string to get Johnson, to get Mr. Boakai and his people. Those that are behind Mr. Boakai, it was Prince Johnson that gave him more vote than another person, supported by the ACUA, the two parties. Johnson gave him weight, and also the ACUA gave him power, and including other parties. So if you see what's going on right now, they are discussing in-house. It all has to do with the appointments. We want this to happen. And Justice Kura, Councillor Kura was given the job of Minister of Justice, or came out now. That was a name they gave it to him. This is Councilor Massacre. This is Mr. Boakai's nominee. So you see what's going on now. So if this can be put on hold, that means that there's something going on in-house we don't know about, and there's something I'm telling you. Yes, Sis Lou?
Oh, well, I think, how you call him, Prince Johnson and President Boakai, maybe they had an agreement before the election, and I'm quite sure Prince Johnson learned his lesson from Wea. And I don't think Prince Johnson will come into their marriage not making sure that he has everything he wanted to be put on the table. Because if President Boakai bypass and refuse to listen to Prince Johnson, I think will be like breaking the trust, and that will make the relationship, the working relationship between them, it will be a bit difficult now, because that means the trust has been broken. So it's all about them coming to compromise. However, they need to look at both gentlemen and see which one of them would be more qualified with the experience and the skills for that position. It shouldn't be based on party line. Let it be based on their experience, their skills, and whether they are trustworthy, whether there's someone who has integrity, whether the Liberians people can really trust them, because this is a very key area, and we need someone who has integrity. So I think they all need to come together to the table and just go for the best person for the position.
Linford, I know Paul will comment. We heard the Honorable Boakai told us that you want to dance with the devil. You got to go with the devil. That's a devil decision. Devil decision is I want this, and you got to give it. If you're part of a society, part of a court, they have the rules in the court. They tell you this is all we want to live by. If you want to live, be part of the court, you got to drink the blood. You got to be demonished. Look, those are part of the court rules. Prince Johnson said, Honorable Johnson said to Senator Johnson told Mr. Boakai, if you want my relationship, these are my conditions. I got terms and conditions. And he delivered them. He said he would prefer to dance with the devil. So what is it that we are talking about integrity? We're talking about we should divide according to equal line of country lines. Johnson will not listen to that. That's not what we agreed on. I agreed I give you people, you give me back. I will do the same. I want to pay back. So Mr. Johnson is saying to you, look, I'm taking it from. This is why. Look what happened. You cannot underestimate Johnson. He gave it to. He gave the leadership to. He gave it to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He gave it to George Weah. He gave it to Boakai. How can you on that guy? He carry weight. And I can tell you, got many ways he can make Boakai. He can weaken Boakai government. Honorable Jacob already started. So they got a lot of things on him that people don't know. Don't give Johnson a chance to go to the pulpit, to go to the church and start delivering.
You see, there's a same direction I was going, but I didn't want to put it that way. That's why I kept saying, or I kept asking the question. Now, Boakai has a gavel. I got very good friends in the Unity Party.
Yes, address the devil.
Yeah, prior to the election, we always had a discussion. Why are you guys going with Prince Johnson? Do you agree to the term? Oh man, we just want to vote. After the vote, we know what we'll do with Prince Johnson. He can't do nothing. So now we are getting there little by little. Now you are emphatically saying, and it sounds like true, that Prince Johnson has some weight in decision making in the party. But who is the president? Joe M. Boakai. The Constitution says what? The president has the power to appoint and dismiss. So you bring your list to the people, the president says, my man, I've given you something. I can't take all the people or the particular person I can't give. And then what will Prince Johnson? He will not grumble. He will go against the government, but he cannot stop anything. The government will stay function. That's the question I'm asking. What can he do? I mean, he can't wait.
I guess he won't do.
This is
he cannot do anything. But the point is, the working relationship will be tarnished. The trust will be broken.
Oh,
That's
trust can go rest until 2029. Our Boakai will say, trust can go rest until we get there. We'll find a way. So far, coming
yeah,
in.
the thing here is this is a valid argument. You see, look, no matter what people say about Prince Johnson that he have with, but this time, the president told us that he would dance with the devil to get a seat. And the same president we know he could have promising and putting people on the bus. So I think Prince Johnson can go up and count down and submit names, not names. When the president say, okay, Prince Johnson, no, I'm not submitting. What do? He can't do anything. And this president here, you know what happened with few people in his camp that he promised them, and what he did, he dished them, like when he dished him, hard rest. In this case, I think we should give the president the benefit of the doubt. And I think it's time that he put Prince Johnson on the bus, because when a devil deserves to be put on the bus, he put the devil on the bus. So Prince Johnson, the weight that he got somebody here to contend with that don't have a damn for anyone. So I think I'm on my president's side here, that he should put Prince Johnson on the bus. This is about time.
Okay.
Colleagues,
So,
I think.
Jamar, can you comment on this caption you put on the Boakai's appointment house?
This is all part of.
Yeah. This public reactions.
Yeah, they talks about too many information going out there that is not being released by the government-owned media. The government, like only today, we received something from the executive mansion website. Other social media, there are too many things circulating out there people don't know about. Unsigned release of names of people that have been appointed. Boima Kamara was appointed. It was not signed document. So there are other things being signed, like this. The only official one we saw yesterday was today, when I came through the executive mansion website, which all the media institutions are carry out. So what we are saying here is that there are too many things going on. Like Paul was saying yesterday on the show, that they're using Spoon Television as an official network for spokes network for the government. We got LBS and other institutions there. We got executive mansion website. We got also the press. Kula Fofana, which has been appointed, you should effectively be working. So these information coming out from there are too many coming from the social media, too many speculation coming. So that means the government is delaying. If these things are happening, too many information coming because government is delaying to come up with information. So people come up with their own stories. So the government need to be proactive, need to be fast, need to be they'll be aware, they'll be organized in what they're doing, and stop keeping all in suspense, keeping all in limbo. Come out and make something. With this appointment, we're all waiting. We want to know who is running what. Now there are other questionable characters being named. We'll go over some of the name profiles of the people that have been named today. Like names are coming, a name like I'll come with some names that I will mention. If you come on the list later on today, I'll tell you some names that have been questions. There are some report about them in the past. I'll show you one right now. One of those that I'll name on the this is a story. This is one of the lady that you saw her. She was one time head of the fund for Ministerial County fund. And now she's deputy minister at internal affairs for operations. Something like Bemi Horace Colley. Now there's an issue in the news about her that there was about $1.1 million misappropriated, which she denied. One of those names that came about. So there are a lot of things coming out. There are questionable characters there. So those things happening around, but the government don't care. There's another name that also came up, but now what's the name? Giddings or something like that came up. I'll come up with the name later on. There also been questions of character who were involved in some project with China Union. That some money was misappropriated and all in the news. So these are being in the news. I'm not making this up. So a lot of stories coming up with questionable characters. So the whole story we're talking about here is all about too many information in the paper that people, in the social media that the people don't know about. These are things about the government need to be proactive, need to be fast, and come up with information. Don't let the information leak hands. So because of the government is not doing. The government is so slow to come out information. No, Liberia is a country where these things happen. We all wait to see who is in place. What is the next step of the government? If government is not fast, social media is so fast. You know how social media works these days. Anything can leak out, and information go out like quick as this. Too many information out there you don't know. So government need to be fast. That's what I'm saying. All else, DC will be coming out a lot of time, for gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, Paul, what do you think about what you might say about too many information fluctuating, flooding the internet from all sources, some of which are not valid? What do you think is the cause?
Yeah, the reason being, if you're not proactive, people generate their own stories. And this is the point. These people have 2 months of transitional period. And within that 2 months, they should have the team all ready to take over from day one. But being that what Jamal said earlier about Prince Johnson and the first newspaper clip that he put up, that the infighting within who going here and there, I think is belated. And that's the reason why you find this sort of information. Now, the executive mansion website came out today. Before, it was the propaganda arm of the UP party. A Spoon Network will give you information. Whatever information they put out there, they put names out that they favor. So all of these things started going around and people started generating names. Some people told us that, oh, Mandela Cooper was going to LPRC, and that is a lie. So people are generating names. So when you're not proactive, this is where you get. Now we're seeing the truth now that the executive mansion is putting on a list. So based on the list they put on, that's the list we'll go by instead of speculation.
Lucia, let me ask this, Christian, let me ask you this question. What do you think if this kind of behavior continues, where every turn taken Harry in the CP, in your, I call them, the Unity Party or in this government is somebody of, information, somebody who can provide information. If this kind of thing continues to go on, what's going to happen? What do you think we expect?
I think it will be a big failure on the government because they should be able to have information minister or the press secretary that will be informing the community, the public, instead of all the fake news and false news in the media. And Spoon Network should not be the leading, media to be informing the Liberian people and of any information. This is why we've got LBS and the press secretary, but I think because it's just setting a very bad example and precedent, because it's like everybody getting confused because 1 minute this list coming up, they're coming, oh, this is so and so person going to the place, and next minute, oh, these are fake lists. So I don't think it's setting any good example for the government. It's setting a very bad start for the government, and they need to get a grip on that now because it doesn't look good. Because it's just a whole lot of confusion around for people to know this person, that person, setting some people expectation up so high, making other people happy, and you go look everything dashing down and things. So I think they need to get a grip on this to be able to make sure that the information is sending out there is something that people can say this is have been accurate before it goes out to the public. So they need to get a grip on that because it doesn't look good.
Okay, my own take on that, and I'll be very brief. My own take on that, after which we'll be looking at some of the viewers' comments. But my own take on that is that one of the reasons why you see the proliferation of all this information coming from various forces and sources is simple. The expectation of the supporters of the Unity Party is high. And with that expectation, or with those expectations, they believe that things will happen the way they want it to happen, or the way they have expected it to happen. And so there is another source, unconfirmed source, that tells me that most of the lists you see coming out is coming from the Unity Party, disgruntled group within the Unity Party, because they are feeling left out. So whenever a list comes out that they don't see themselves being mirrored in that list or on that list, they come out with a counter list. Just to probably, in which the source told me that probably this is intended to call the president's attention that these people that you are appointing are not the people that we expect that they will be they will be there. So when you make an appointment, we'll also come up with our own names too, so that we can match it. So I think this is what's playing up. And secondly, Jima touched a very important point where he said, was it Jima or Paul? Where he said this president makes promises and he doesn't keep it, starting from the CPP all the way to the Henry Costa stuff. And now people who are doubting Henry Costa, now they are seeing it, that he didn't lie. Okay. And now we see that this woman is struggling to make his own appointment. And like Paul said, people had 2 months.
Yeah.
After election in October and then November, they had 2 months. That's November and December, when they knew that they won. And then they had a joint transition. So they should have set up all these things. They should have made all the arrangements. In fact, you should have your preliminary list. Yeah. And so we'll continue to see these kind of things happening probably until the end of the year, when all the appointments have been made, which will not go down well. And some of the first names that came up, they were first. Councillor Tewan Gonglo was said to be Justice Minister.
Yeah.
In that list, it lost. We didn't see it anymore. Then we heard that my own former classmate from junior high school all the way to high school, the Reverend Samuel Reeves, a brother that I respect so much, we grew up together, he named him as Education Minister. And now
that's false.
He's not even being mentioned in a list. So
this is a mess, man.
Yeah, so we'll continue to see these things happening where the group that feel disgruntled will begin to counteract every list they bring. But let's make a progress. Francis Mensah is also here with us. Francis, want to say welcome. You just joining us. I don't know whether you want to give you a little quick take on the issue that we're discussing, where you see lists just coming up. One list come out, another one come signed by executive marshal, the other one no signature. And the thing about those lists is that they put out names that are prominent people, names that people know. They're not just strange names. And the strange thing about it for me is that I'm not seeing names that will come there and say, but who the other person here? That names that we are familiar with, people who been recycled all the time, So go ahead, Francis.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to you guys for the show tonight, and greetings to the listening audience. First, the list that you guys claim that have been, circumventing around Monrovia, the purported list, I mean, they're not official list. We should understand the level of technology around the world now. People come about and they bring their own list. The official sanction list.
The appointment that president making.
These are not the president's list. The official sanction list from the executive marshal, from President Joseph Yima Boakai will come from the executive marshal and will come from the president's office. So anybody can come up with listing of the chores we have seen in the past, in the various media, and the print, outlets. They have their own names. These are all, what you call it, insinuations about what they expect. People, expectations. I mean, who they expect to be, and these are just what you call it, what we call projections, assumptions. So I don't think anything wrong with the president's list. Those who are competent people, they all have the requisite qualification for the positions they're holding. And matter of fact, when you get into an alliance, it's a matter of apportioning jobs to people who help you in the process. We have seen it all around. We have seen it in the CDC. We have seen it in the last UP government. Yeah, so I don't think anything is wrong with the appointments.
No, definitely nobody's saying that anything is wrong with the appointments. But thank you, Francis. Let's go through a few of the comments here. Somebody is asking this question. Vamadi Vamadi Donso says, why should a VP come from Nima and then the Justice Minister also come from Nima? And just paraphrasing what he said. Well, I mean, that's a good concern, but I don't think there's anything in the Constitution that says VP cannot come from one country and then, the Justice Minister come from there. They're all Liberian. If they're qualified, my thing here is about qualification, okay? Merit system, where I think Paul is qualified to dance, then I put him on the dance floor. But Paul cannot be your climber then I take and put him on the dance floor. He might probably be climbing on the tables. So I think that answers the question by Vamadi Donzo. Okay, we'll not read all of the comments, we'll get flow down. And I just want to warn this Afri soiree. You don't come here and call us fools. We're not fools. If you don't want to listen to us, you politely go, because we do not insult people here. So if you want to insult, go to Prophet Key Show. That's where you belong, because your first comment here shows who you are. You are nobody of substance, so you don't come here and
absolutely. He just showed himself straight away.
Yeah, you don't come and insult us. In fact, I'm going to block you. This is the last time in your entire life, how long you live, to ever see this show. Goodbye and never come back. Okay, so we move further, and Nishek Kakema says, yes, I agree with you that the most qualified person should have the job. And that is when we're talking about the two nominees, or, probably Prince Johnson trying to pull on one name, and then President Boakai trying to pull on one name. So he said he agreed that, since Lucretia said it, that, the most qualified person between the two should take the job. So, which I think makes sense, because not only because somebody voted for you, so you get a job. No. And then Wanty Clark says here that Prince Johnson is trying to protect himself. Boakai should do the right thing for the country. Yeah. Nobody should blame Prince Johnson for trying to. If I were in Prince Johnson's shoes, I would do anything to protect myself. Where war crimes is lingering over my head, and we all know what war crimes will do if you are convicted. So again, Wanty Clark says here the government should be quick to respond to listings that are from the GOL, that's the government of Liberia. Yeah, I think that's what we're all saying. Let the government be proactive. They shouldn't be there. I listened to an interview with Joe Howard on a closing argument, where she was blaming the lack of information dissemination that led to their defeat, because they didn't have much information out there about that project. So, if you ever did military science, they'll tell you that military delays in the military is very dangerous. 1 second delay can cause big damage. So if the government will begin to be very reactive, then I think they'll run into a problem, because right now, like somebody said, every Tom, Dick, and Harry now has cell phone. They can do more damage before you retract. Everything is late. And so given the kind of society we live in, where people will run with information, the moment they say the heaven coming down, they will not stand to see you, they will start running. They say the heaven afford in Satan. That's the kind of society we live in. So wrong information will travel faster than correct information. So this is just our warning, or our contribution to the government, that take control of the issue, or else you will be there to do damage control. So Ojima, do the next newspaper so we can move on. Boakai's speech draws mixed reaction. Joe Howard sit down. Oh, relax more, man. Here you go. You are first lady. You begin senator. You begin vice president. You want to be president again? Relax.
This newspaper story is carrying about New Dawn newspaper story talking about draw mixed reactions. It's about talking about bringing the World Economic Crime Code. This is what happened. So it kind of carries some kind of news around that. People were not expecting that. And also, this is this real story. And also, if you see the other article, headline at the bottom where it talks about Joa announcing a bay for 2029. Those are two major stories that carry the New Dawn newspaper headline about the speech. The speech, we'll maybe look at the speech tonight. What were the key highlights of the speech, of the president's speech? And when that speech that he did not complete, we got some, I think we've had lay hand on it. We'll go through the highlight of the speech tonight. So basically, this about the speech. People who listening, watching all right, I may not know what the detail of the speech, but if you had the opportunity, we'll go through the speech and give you the highlight of the speech, as well as the farewell speech from President George Weah as well.
Okay, but let me just lay a premise. Probably we can base our discussions on that. The speech. Few things about the speech that will draw public reaction. One, people say the speech was too long. That's why it caused the fatigue for the president, and then coupled with the heat. Then other people say that the president did not end the speech, so they don't even know the whole context. Then somewhere down the line, people will argue that the speech promises to bring or to do something about the War and Economic Crimes Code, considering the pre-insurance factor. What will happen if the president actually approves, his government actually approves the War and Economic Crimes Code? Instead that a pre-insurance under the post. So there are several things about the speech that can cause the public to react the way they want to. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you can choose any of the three things are highlighted, or probably add one there of your own. That is the fact that the speech talks about War and Economic Crimes Code, the fact that the president did not complete the speech, people don't know all the things that were there, and then the third thing, that the fact that people are saying that the speech was too long, that will cause the movement to collapse or to nearly collapse. Let me put it this way. You can choose anyone to discuss.
I think we should give a chance to Francis, who just come in. Francis to give let Francis roll.
Thank you. Look. I would like to delve into basically almost all the points you raised. First and foremost, the fatigue or the longevity of the speech from the president was an impact. It affected, his condition on the stage, on the podium, and then when it comes to War and Economic Crimes Code, the president said in his speech there will be never again will be this or no what you call it political will. He has the political will to ensure that the War and Economic Crimes Code come to Liberia. Prince Johnson himself has consented, has alluded to this on so many occasions that he's willing to go to the War and Economic Crimes Code, the War Crimes, and he's not the only warlord in the country.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many warlords there. So I mean, there's no need for Prince Joseph to be jittery, or jittery, whatever it is. There's no need for him to be jittery when it comes to War and Economic Crimes Code. When atrocities are committed, one must pay the crime. They pay for his crime, and it is incumbent upon President Boakai. He promised the Liberian people will hold him accountable for that. So anything short of the War Economic Crime Code, that would be unacceptable. Yeah, that was. I'll pass it on to the other panelists for now.
Okay, Patricia.
Well, I think for me personally, if President Boakai should decide to bring the War Crime Code to Liberia, that would be a big thing for him, and that would be a great legacy for him. And secondly, I think he needs to really think carefully to do the right thing for our people. He's already made the commitments, and I think he should stick by his word. Whether putting Prince Johnson on the bus, or whether putting other world leaders on the bus, but let him make sure he bring it. He said it, no one forced him to open his mouth to talk. He wasn't forced. He wasn't coerced to say it. He decided to say it in his speech. And once he has said it, he should commit to it, to do it. And for the international community to respect him as well. Because your words make you to be who you are. You cannot say something and you go back on there to do it and do something different. And as Mesa rightly said, Prince Johnson had consented. He said he's not afraid. Whenever they could come to Liberia, if he is called upon, he will go there. And he's not the only person we've got in Liberia. We have rewarded most of the war laws in our country and making them, and whereby our poor loved ones have been dead and gone. Some of them were killed innocently. I keep saying it. And these guys are still here enjoying life. Some of them just almost became president. So I think it would just be fair for us to remember our dead and do what is right for their souls to rest in peace. So we look forward of President Boakai taking this commitment very serious to be able to do what he said he was going to do. And the world is looking at him to do this.
May that suggest, for the sake of our viewers, and because if the speech is speech reaction, people did not get the entire speech. He said, Jemai, can you look at a summary of this speech so we can have an idea what we're talking about? I think it would be a good thing to have a summary for people to understand, because Francis said clearly that, and Linford also said that in the middle of the speech, something happened. So people didn't get it, but there was all. The speech was given to the press. So let's get the gist of it. Then our viewer can have a comment on it. That would be my suggestion.
Well, that's a good suggestion, but I think a lot of people have heard about this speech on all of the social media in Liberia and other places. But what we do, we can't analyze it. We're not going through the email.
No, so there was a summary of it. That's it. So we gave here and there where he touched on here, little thing about what people have been making.
If you have it, can you go through it?
I just give a couple of minutes. I have to go back and get into my system. So
okay, while Jemai is going or to get it, let me also respond to a few other comments here. Flomo 8,700 is saying that the war crime school is not for Prince Johnson alone, and that's not what we are saying either, Flomo. You get joining us. In fact, share the show to all of your contact, Flomo, and next week, or tomorrow we'll be here again until.
I think Linford, he was only validating the point that Francis made that Prince Johnson did agree to the war and economic growth. So Flomo is just validating what Francis.
Yeah, he's just validating, but a lot of people carry this concept that every time they mention Prince Johnson, people think that Prince Johnson is the only person. Like we gave a disclaimer earlier on that Prince Johnson is not the only person. But the reason why Prince Johnson name comes up all the time is because he's in the middle of politics. No, when President Ellen Johnson said he was president, everything was a president. Johnson is traveling today. President Johnson received a delegation. President Johnson is not doing well. When George Weah was there, George Weah is not doing well. George Weah is traveling today. George Weah playing football. He's singing. Now, George Weah gone. Nobody, you're not going to hear a lot about George Weah until he wants to get back on the stage. So now it's Joe Boakai. And so it's Prince Johnson. How many times you hear people calling Port Nike? You think people forget about Port Nike? You think people forget about Thomas Yaya Nimle? You think people forget Zobia? You see, people forget all the other people. Chancellor, who brought the war? People forget about him. No, but because he's not active in Liberian politics, so nobody will talk about him. So that's the reason why Flomo. So we're not saying that Prince Johnson is the only person. So Jemai, when you get ready, just prompt us. Let us know when you get ready, and then.
Yeah, I think basically just I'll just take two key points on the president's speech.
And please take down this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
What is happening is like the president's speech was just a summary of it. The key point is summary, the highlights on priority people want to look at was the he came up with the point that he wanted to raise up the WECC, which is the War and Economic Crime Code. That is the crux of the whole speech. But what he, like any other politician who will speak, I'll just go around when he's talking about it. The speech addresses challenges such as economic and mismanagement, social issues, emphasizing the need for national healing and reconciliation. Also, he also shared his personal story to inspire youth, stressing the importance of hard work and determination. He also talked about to renew focus on inclusivity, transparency, and accountability in governance with a vision to build a new Liberia and reflecting its potential. Also, the president also spoke about the war. This is why he talked about war economic crime. Let me make this clear. He said there's a commitment to address war economic crime through the potential establishment of war economic crime codes, which is WECC. Seeking advice from the United Nations Secretary General, the president emphasized closure for the 250,000 lives lost without vendetta or witch hunt. So whatever will be done, he will seek the advice of the United Nations Secretary General. So it's not something like he asking to implement immediately. So people are missing that in his speech. So those are key things he mentioned.
Yeah.
Advice from the United Nations Secretary General, whether it's appropriate to start the process, and also as well as Liberia. The president highlighted in inaugural speech economic development with a focus on infrastructure, combating the drug epidemic, addressing crimes and security, national healing, reconciliation, education, and workforce development. He also spoke of tourism development to generate employment and income, particularly for the youth, with emphasis on investing in this sector for significant economic benefits. So those are things. That's generally the idea. You talk about how you want to build this country: agriculture, rural network, youth development, drugs, how to stop the epidemic of drugs. Youth drugs in the country. And this is what all about. The key thing that makes this speech to carry mixed reaction is all about the WECC, the War Economic Crime Code. So this is the crux of the speech. So or else there's nothing new in the speech. He didn't promise anything. He just talked. That's it. So if you look at it, it's basically the same thing what President George Weah spoke of. If you look at what really the speech carry, I don't see the weight. Or any politician will speak like what the president just did. I mean, he spoke of. But the key thing that got the people's attention was the War Economic Crime Code. Let's talk about the little bit of why we're here to talk about what George Weah spoke of. George Weah said, President Weah, he said the outgoing president talked about 6 years of service, expressing gratitude for support, building a united and prosperous Liberia. He highlighted that he highlighted including infrastructure development, education, support economic stabilization, housing projects. He also acknowledged room for improvement. There's a need for improvement. The president hoped the incoming administration will carry forward initiatives addressing rumors in politics. The president emphasized the importance of factual information, economic achievement. I emphasized with 136% increase in his net international reserve. 136% increase in international reserve, George Weah said. So his government left a lot of money in there for the incoming government. So they increased 136% in the international reserve for Liberia. He mentioned in his speech. That's a substantial cash balance left for the incoming government. You keep that in mind. I think we talk about that on this platform, that the incoming president will speak about how much you'll be leaving for the government in the coffers. The president also underscored the peaceful transition to power, highlighting Liberia's roles as a democratic pillar in West Africa. A commitment to upholding democratic values, human rights, strong institutions is celebrated. The ongoing president plans to stay engaged in politics while urging citizens to embrace tolerance and unity. The speech closes with a call for continued commitment to democracy, the rule of law, and the hopeful for future of Liberia. So that's a summary. But the key thing of President George Weah Farewell speech was he honored his leadership. He had a peaceful elections. He left a lot of good cash in the coffer for the incoming government, and also he carried on a lot of infrastructure that's like housing projects around the country, road networks, and also there are a lot. He said that he also admitted there's a lot of room for improvement. So to just give a summary of the farewell speech.
That's good. Well, I think Paul, your request was well honored, and so this is where our discussion now will be. As it stands, the president's speech mentioned all these good things, and if you put all into context, I think they're all developmental oriented. But now we cannot say anything. I personally cannot say anything about it because none of those projects have gotten underway. They are not even sat, in office yet. They still trying to appoint, or this is the stage we are now. Try to form the government. We know, at least we know who the public works minister is. So if there's anything about role, we'll be looking at Roland Giddings. So we settled the justice thing, even with the war on economic crisis. We're talking about the justice ministry will be heavily involved. Okay, the drugs, that are infesting the country, all these things he mentioned it. So we cannot say, and I cannot say anything now because nothing has been done yet. So I cannot say they're doing well or they're not doing well because they're just starting. So I would rather give them the benefit of the doubt. Let it form the government. We're going 6 years, man. This is a 6 years marathon. So we can't start running too fast and burn all of the energy we got. So I don't know how you guys think about it, but that's just my cut on it. That will give them the opportunity to form their government, let them start working, and let's see how slow they're moving or how fast they're moving. Though he talk about fighting corruption, but we see some inconsistencies where within their own camps, money is getting missing. The program, no here, no there, the program committee president have to come on air to clear their side. And with all these accusations and counter accusations, but we're getting the benefit of the doubt.
So, Linford, you post something for us, say 6 year marathon is the long. If you into engineering, there's something they call project management. Time is important. 1 minute of time can delay a project. I'm going to post something out. The reason why I'm going to put this thing out, somebody, Nyan Bowman wrote, I just copied this thing. See, look there, 95 days. You see that? 95 more days. All roads in Liberia will be linked, will be like Boakai in Africa, Abidjan. No car will stop in mud anymore. There was the commitment that Unity Party made to Liberia. So from day one, if you have not put in your team and it keep dragging, time is important.
Yes.
I just want to make that thing to highlight the whole stuff.
Maybe Francis can come in defense for let me say something defense first. Then Francis or anybody can come.
Linford.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say something to that. Quickly before you come in, please. Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Paul, we agree. The two things I just want to mention before Linford, the two things we can hold on to, the president spoke about that we can hold on to. He told 100 days, no car will get stuck into the mud. That's one. Second, you will consult with the United Nations Secretary General whether you can bring war economic crown code. Those are two valued things we hold on to. Other things in his speech were all political rhetorics. So it can be any president. I'm not blaming that. George Weah did the same thing. Even he said something better than George Weah. George Weah did not promise anything and did not deliver anything. And George Weah promised all our teachers. So to just let you know, Paul, we're getting teachers, we're getting a lot of stuff. And this war economic crime code, it was even war crime code. When George Weah, this is what he won on. He took it as a campaign message. And it didn't happen. So I doubt that this war economic crime code will ever come to being. I just doubt it. Seriously, I'll be surprised if I see it happening, because this is what they've been going on throughout. So it's not only Joseph Boakai going to face it. The weight it's been going on for ages. These are the political games they play. The old man will make a decision at some time. They'll just play around it. They'll hamstring his effort. We should not. This night, not 5 days. We got a lot of days to go. We just spent 5 days. We got 5 more days to go. So that's not an issue. The issue now,
Jamal, it's not an issue. I only reference where Linford said they get 6 year marathon. Time is important, because if you say in 100 days we'll have this, and if you delay in appointing people, that delay 1 second of that thing could delay something in 100 days. So I just made that reference to Linford. Said no, 6 years may sound long, but it's short in terms of deliverance.
Go on. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. Now let's be realistic here.
Yes, yes, it's cool.
We are not living in utopia. Yeah, I mean, if the president said in 100 days, there will be no car hitching. I mean, literally, the president meant that those roads, accessible roads, we will have our caterpillars on the road to ensure that the roads are greater all the time, often. Because you yourself know in your rational state of mind that we cannot pave that below in 100 days across the road. Because if completing 1 mile of road, it takes more than 100 days.
Then he should have not made that comment.
He made a comment.
He shouldn't have made that comment because if he made such
the
a
president,
comment,
listen to me, folks. Let me learn. The president made it clear, his team made it clear on numerous occasions that look, we meant that we are not going to put Alpha or the government quota from Vanguard or wherever it is, or to local tour or etc. Because our focus is actually on these feeder the micro roads and feeder roads, and these roads will be accessible, make it accessible to our people. We know we have a long reading seasons. When we were all growing up, all in our 50s, yeah.
How do you know that?
Yeah, and look, they had a ministry called Ministerial Rural Development. Ministerial Rural Development was purposely established to make sure all those feeder roads were all maintained during the rainy season and whatever it is. We in the dry season. In 100 days, by calculation, we will still be in the dry season. So there will be no way.
I said nobody denied the fact that the roads, when it said we understood that exactly. It's about time. My point here I'm making the time. You see, you got to appoint somebody, they have to go for a hearing, they have to be given the green light to serve. It's not he have to appoint somebody and that person, the host got to clear that person. It's the time. You can bring, I mean, it's good that the outgoing president said he left plenty of money in the cover so he can get over 10,000 yellow machine.
No, let's get that money issue straight.
Wait. Let me finish. Then we'll get the money.
The money present, we as he left in the international reserve. That money is there as a collateral in case Liberia wants to borrow money. We say, yeah, that's what we have. That money was nobody going to take that money from there. What he left in the central bank reserve is far lower than that.
Well, that's something we can bring out. What I'm saying
is in Washington or New York.
What is your information? How much do they have left in the coffers now? The central bank tell us right here now. What do you know about it? How much is left there?
I mean, I can speak to that. I have no about what
you just said to us that they left lower amount in the central bank. So let us know.
No, you just
anyway. I don't think
international reserve.
Francis just give me his analysis and view.
The word reserve is somewhere in Washington D.C. The bank is there. And
we have
the Central Bank of Liberia, where we have the consolidated account. For all, I think it's nothing more than 100 million.
Yeah, but Francis just told us what they left in the central bank library is lower than what in the left in the national reserve. Could you please tell us how much left in the central bank?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not. He's in the consolidated account. He left 200 million. Did he say that?
No, but you just saying we want to end this public man to tell us how much left in the central bank.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I don't think we should be pressing Francis.
No, Francis,
wait, listen. Francis, let me come in here. We all listen to the president.
No, but the thing is, Francis is a very good press secretary for the president. He's making a very good
but
information right now.
I don't think we should hold him for his opinion. I think
no, it's not opinion. He's making
Well, Francis was standing there.
He's giving revelation. He's not making opinion. If he says his opinion, he said far left was left in the central bank. That's not the opinion. You know what?
Standing there to where?
Yeah, but
listen,
I mean,
but what the man said,
let's establish a fact.
Speech.
Let's establish a fact that there is something in the covers, whether that 1 cent, 2 cents, something is there.
But first, should not tell how far left was left, then we does not know. That's the point.
It's far less than the consolidated account.
Please tell Mr. Mensah how much was left there.
I'm telling you, nothing more than $100 million are left there.
Okay.
Right. So the point I was making here, Mr. Mensah, and you rightly said, is they're not going to pave the road. We know that you have to have machine all that to greater the roads. But what my argument here is, they have 2 months of transitional period. And the team by now, from day 1, 5 days gone. And the thing I show over there, 5 days gone. So you still making appointment. By the time you finish making appointment, we're coming closer to a month. So the people you're going to have in place to make this road smooth, they may be a delay. That's what I'm just suggesting. So
I will play the devil's advocate here. I will tell you that write up you put on, you say 95 more days remaining, right?
5 days gone, yeah.
Okay, compare 5 days and 95 days. Which is greater? 95 is greater than 5 days.
Oh yeah, but we're still making appointment.
So let's relax.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Based on what you are saying, say, you get long time for maritime. In engineering, we get something we call project management. Time is important. If you're traveling in December, you buy a ticket today. Does that mean you go in today? No, you buy a ticket in advance. No, that's totally different. If you're going to manage a project,
people say 100 days and they go 5 days. So why you get 95 days resting?
One at a time now.
The 94th day they can start doing what they want to do. That doesn't change anything.
I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying, you the one say you get 6 years of maritime.
Yeah, 6 years maritime.
Managing a project, 1 second and 1 time, 1 day, you can lose track. And that if you're targeting 100 days, you haven't have the minister yet appointed who's supposed to oversee that project. That will be another delay. I just putting this out there. That's you managing a project. It's not like
actually you're not listening to Paul very well, Linfo.
No,
Paul, no. You don't understand.
Paul doesn't want any delay.
No, Paul is saying to you. No, Paul is not saying delay. Paul is saying to you, time is running so fast.
Yeah, so it means that he doesn't want any delay.
Yeah, but the promise made by the president, it seems to be like a gimmick, political gimmick. Like he said, you're gonna pull a bridge where there's no water. That's it. How will you just clear all the roads that are?
So how do you hold a president accountable now? The 100 days are not in there. So what is the basis of your judgment?
Paul is, I'm just quoting Paul. Paul is saying time is so running fast. The president had not finished making his appointments, so you should be worried. You should be in a hurry.
His advice is worth taking.
That's why you should be attacking Paul. You should not be attacking Paul. Paul is right.
Yeah, I agree.
I also suggesting that the president had. President William said at that pull all his speech. He said the total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,365.90.
Correct.
44 million.
Correct.
Exactly.
So what's the point? That's not my argument. My argument was I summarized, Mr. Mensah, I summarized that the president said that the international reserve was increased to 136%.
Yeah.
Now, that's what he said. That's what I summarized.
It left to be validated.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree. Your point is granted. But the question that we raising, you said, you just told us that's different from the central bank. What's left in the central bank?
Yeah, the consolidated account.
Yeah, so you told us it's far less. So we asking you, if you know, can you let us know?
It's 44 million now. It's
in the central bank.
Yeah, it's 44 million in the consolidated account.
That's okay. 44 million. Thank you. That's what I want to know. Thank you very much.
Okay, one of the interesting thing about the show I like is the viewers' comments. You see some very nice sarcasms, but Chadela is saying that she will hold her president's words, she trust him, and all will be okay. So Paul, relax. Well,
I'm very relaxed.
yeah, again, we move ahead, or our time is, when the topic is interesting, the time goes so fast for me. So pull on the next one. Let's glad away very fast and see what.
Well, look at it. We'll go through the names. I think this is what Mr. Mensah was talking about. Government released the information. I think you guys the list. Have you put the list up today?
Okay.
This list came through the the Executive Mansion website.
Yeah, e-mansion website. Yeah.
This is a source. This is only one that came through their official website. So names like
Madam Kula Bona Inye Fofana.
What are you looking at?
This one. And so we know the source, and so far we know that Kula is the press secretary to the president. I don't know whether that position is confirmed, but she's doing it right now, so we take it as it is. Now, so the appointment so far, at least 12 people. Councillor Gerald Ko Bangalu, Minister of Youth and Sports. And one thing they did I got problem with is when they abbreviate all of these ministries. There's a lot of people that don't know.
You can read it.
I think they should write the whole thing out.
They should write the whole thing out.
That's true.
So, guys, what we'll do, we'll read a list first, and then we'll familiarize ourselves with the names. Then we'll come back, if need be, to see what, or to hear what we know, or to say what we know about some of these people, where they have worked before, what they have done, the good record they set, the bad ones they set, and stuff like that. So, number 2 is Councillor Kopa Kra, Minister of Justice, proposed. I don't know whether this is a proposed one from Prince Johnson or the one
that's the Prince Johnson proposed name, yeah.
Okay. And Gerald Limet, MPR, Minister of Mika, he was there before, he used to be there before.
I'll talk through it. He was a former assistant minister for planning and administration.
Yeah, okay. And then Madam Bemi Horace.
Listen now, at the Ministry of Gender and Development at the time. He also was Deputy Minister for Public Affairs.
Yeah. I said we'll read the list, we'll come back to say what we know about them.
Talk one at a time, then we'll go through, then you start coming back on them one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Bangalu. Bangalu Minister.
Bangalu is a councillor, and he served as he was the head. Bangalu is the Liberian Football Association first instant board chairperson. But he's a lawyer. So
he's a lawyer. I've known Ko Bangalu for over 30 years.
Yeah, he's a lawyer, well-respected lawyer, and he also likes sports, and he served as the first instant board of chair for the Liberian Football Association. So he's
a big fan of the Visible 11, RE, yeah.
So just a little bit of information on Bangalore. He's a well-respected lawyer.
I think he was at Ministerial Youth and Sport before.
And also, I think he also worked on the CPP ticket kind of.
For a long time at CPP initially. I think he was secretary for CPP CDC before.
He was on CDC, also was kind of aligned with CPP at some point, but he kind of flipped back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's a portfolio. At least that CD will know. But has he been accused of anything? Have we heard anything about him? All the places that he worked, have we heard anything negative about him?
No, he was from Labor Ministry. They took him from Labor, Eddie took him from Labor and took him to GSA as Deputy Director for Administration or things. So yeah, before the last administration ended. But we have not. For me, I've not heard anything that's so negative about Ko Bangalu.
Okay. What I know of, he's a respected lawyer.
Yeah.
Go on.
So we'll move to Councillor Kobakra. And Kobakra, I think he was the last minister of telecommunications in the Wia government. And then when something happened, when Prince Johnson left, I think then we hadn't had to remove him.
No, what happened was he went to the Unity Party program. That's why they had to remove from the job. That was it.
That's it.
That's
and
the
that
story.
is Prince Johnson boy.
He was chairman of Prince Johnson Party.
Yeah, proper.
He put his name forward.
But during the stay of Kobakra, at the Ministry of Telecommunications. Did we hear anything about him, corruption-wise or mismanagement, and or being cruel to the workers or something? That anything negative?
The only thing we can say this thing when they're documented in the newspaper, but it can also need to be verified. So what we can talk about the record can only profile them and go on. We cannot say anything negative about it right now. That will not be.
Yeah, but even if we say negative, anything negative, but then we have the source, like you said, from the newspaper, we can do that.
Be written, yeah. But for me, I don't have anything on that now. I can, for Cooper Crew, not of such. It may be in the newspaper somewhere, but as far as
so let's move on to General Lime Pia. Former minister, is it deputy minister or assistant?
I'll tell you, you're a former assistant minister for planning and administration, minister of gender and development. Also, like you're deputy minister for public affairs, minister of information, and also former assistant acting minister for information, library, and former press secretary to the president at the time. So you see,
all the position you're holding, and I mean, let's switching from one place to another. Was he dismissed, or he just feel that there's a lot of job? You already qualified, so you can work anywhere.
He's been working there up to time. He worked where he was teaching at the Catholic school system like up to 2019. So he's been working. He's a graduate Harvard School of Kennedy, Harvard Kennedy School graduate, MA in international relations. So up to the present, he was staying working in the government.
Fair enough. Madam Bemi Horace Colley, Minister of Gender.
Child Service Protection.
Yeah.
The issue of gender before she became Deputy Internal Affairs Minister for Operations. She also head of the dedicated account secretary of Ministerial County. There was a report about how sometimes regarding some $1.1 million got missing. And I wanted the time CDC, the first letter, what's the name? Julian, forgot the name, district number 10, before this guy, before Yaka took over. Yaka, the person Yaka defeated.
Byron?
But the late Julian,
he sorry, not defeated. The late Julian accused this lady of some $1.1 million that had been missing from that particular fund, which she denied. It was reported in one of the newspapers. This is what the story is. The story is right here, guys. I'll put it up here. This is the story. Deputy Minister denies depleting Ministerial County fund, dedicated fund. So it was reported by the Front Page Africa in September 12, 2022. About some money was taken out. She was the head of that particular fund. Money was given to the county for development. So some money got missing, and she said she did not take any money. Money was spent justifiably.
So, Jimmy, which party is she coming from? CDC?
Party? I don't know her party. I know that I wouldn't know her, but just reading her profile, I don't know what she.
Or probably she remember of Johnson's party. If they have to retain her.
You see, what happened, Francis? Most of these people were like they were playing double game while they were showing face to CDC at the same time, giving underground support to Unity Party. So when the Unity Party came, they just maintained them. So that's what they did. They were not honest to George Weah. Some of them were not even honest to Mr. Boakai. They were like playing this double game at the time. I'm not saying she played that, but most of the politicians did that at the time. So that's why most of them resurfacing in the government right now.
Good. Okay. Then we'll move to the next one. If you can bring back our list.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Then we move to Roland Giddings, Minister of Public Works. And I think in the past, early government, Roland Giddings also worked as, I think, assistant or deputy minister at the Ministry of Public Works. So he's gone back. And for those of you who don't know the Roland Giddings guy, he's a guy, he was on a closing argument defending the Unity Party, he and this lady, I just forgot her name. So, and Roland has always believed that he will go back to the Ministry of Public Works, and he's there. Now, I mean, at least he's been nominated, waiting confirmation. So what else do you know about him? Anybody?
I think I got some story on Roland right now. 1 second, I'm going to roll that. I'll do a little bit of research on all of them one by one. About Roland, what is that? Okay. Roland was accused of some funds with the, Roland, let me tell you what Roland has been.
With some Chinese something?
Yeah, with the Chinese China fund, China cooperation, China union something. Some projects were carried out, and I think you were deputy minister at the public works. So he has some issue with that. Up to now, it's staying in the news, but we have to lay hand on that particular story. It's about the China Union again. The story about it since China Union gave some fund or projects were carried out, he was involved in it. There was a story in the newspaper about him. The new newspaper reported that story. While we're going through, I'm gonna look for it and bring it out and be specific on
Okay.
that.
Okay, and one thing I want us to also do or add to the discussion is whether if you come across any name that you know has not worked or has not been surfacing in recent government, you can also let me know. But the one that I see, Mr. Salif Tyler, Minister of Transport, I haven't heard his name from
Yeah.
Ellington until now. I don't know
Yeah.
whether he worked. I haven't heard about him before. Is he one of
Uh,
the new guys?
it's not new. Salif Tyler. Salif Tyler, not Ellen Tyler, you mean? I know what you mean. Linford.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
So Deputy Minister of he was Deputy Minister of Administration Insurance Industry at the Deputy Minister at the foreign at the Ministry of Insurance, Minister of Transport. Also, the same Minister of Transport. He was there. He's been there he was there for 5 years, almost up to for almost 5 years served at the ministry. He also served with Lipteco Money. He was the mobile money manager, and also he served as the deputy managing director for FCO Telecommunication Liberia as well. And this is what I know about him lately. Up to he served for a year or two, and that's what I know of him lately. But he served with he been in the telecommunication and also in the Ministry of Transportation. He worked as one of the deputy ministers for administration and insurance. He worked there in the ministry for 5 years, so he has some good knowledge of transportation. I don't know any story about him regarding to his misappropriation or any other bad news about him, but I know that he worked at the Ministry of Transport.
They got Mr. Bill McGee Jones, Deputy Minister of Administration. What's that? That Ministry of Defense?
Finance, development planning.
Finance Development Planning.
I have no idea of him. I think he's one of those who are also working in the ministry. Most of these people from the Ministry of Finance, they're all been recycled. They've been there before. I don't think they've been removed.
Yeah, I don't believe that this guy is also new, but I haven't heard. Some of them were just supposed to have or something there. But so it means that we don't know anything much about him. But let's go to Depu's rule. This one sounds very Nima. Depu's rule.
Could be Prince Johnson people.
Depu has been serving in the ministry that been there
I can't hear you, Jamal.
Sorry, are you hearing me now?
Are you saying that he's been serving the Ministry of Planning, Finance and Planning?
Debu, I think Debu he's from the United Party. He's not Prince Johnson's from Prince Johnson Party. He's a strong member of the United Party.
Okay.
Eddie didn't send him to school. I think probably I'll send Bika right there, but he has some stuff going to school in the States.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Okay, Depu Zoe has been at the same place. She's not been changed. She's been working at a particular department at the Ministry of Economy and Planning, at the Ministry of Finance as well. So she's in her old position. As well as Anthony Myers, the same position, stayed there as Physical Affairs. The confusion coming out right now, there's a news coming around, somebody called Boakai, Jaliba Boakai. Name is popping around that particular name, that particular positions, but that has not been confirmed. So there's a conflicting news about Boakai Jaliba taking that particular position, but where Anthony Myers from Nimba County. I think she basically come from Ban or somewhere, I don't know where it comes from, but Anthony Myers from Nimba, he also been serving that position all the time. He stayed there. As well as the second person, the third person, number 10. She's been
number 10, Tanya Branson, Deputy Minister for Budget Development and Planning. But this Tanya, I haven't heard this name before.
She's very renowned, respected Liberian lady, very, very well respected. She served that ministry with Ellen, Honored George Weah, and she's been asked to serve that particular position. One respected Liberian lady served that particular position. She's very well known, well versed in that area. She also served at the ministry. She's the same old person that you knew.
Okay. Mr. Elwu T. Nete, Controller and Accounting General.
Information of Elwu Nete is that he was a Director of Finance at the Office of the President. So that's what we know of. So whether he has some knowledge of finance. So that's the reason they brought him to the control.
Which president? Eddie of Boakai?
That is not mentioned. It could be.
Yeah, but I think he's been there for long. That's why they didn't mention it.
Yeah, he's one of the longest serving. Those are the quiet ones that serve in there. When in the office of the president, you manage the fund.
I say PS 1, 2, 3, 4 deputy ministers appointed at the finance ministry.
They just been reappointed. The same opposition been serving. They now left.
Yeah. Okay, they are retaining their positions.
Yeah, retain their positions.
Okay. So it means that it's almost the cycle is almost completed because now they get 4 deputy ministers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think the previous minister was McGill's sister. She was the deputy minister for administration.
Which one are you talking about?
Planning.
Bill McGill, I don't know about him. But that's the same.
No. I'm talking the McGill name right. As a coincidence. For Nathaniel McGill had his sister there as deputy minister for administration.
Okay, I may have been. Yeah, I don't know much. McGill.
They had a story about her that she went she went to the Senate for confirmation hearing and asked her, "What do you know about finance?" He said, "Oh, now in my chair, I used to keep the money."
Yeah, I remember seeing that video.
Brother, wake up with that story. You like making something up.
Oh no, it's true.
Yeah, I saw Jesus spread. They asked on physical policy and she didn't know the answer to that. You're right.
No, she said it was I'm working in my chair. I used to keep the money.
I used to keep the money in my church. Yeah. Okay, but then let's go to number 12. Amos Tue, the Unity Party Secretary General, the boy managing director of the LPRC.
Yeah.
And another guy, Emmanuel Reeves, as officer in charge. You see,
Amos.
We'll come to that. But let's look at this Amos Tue. Amos Tue, the much I know about him is that he was Secretary General of the Unity Party, and he's been in the vanguard. He's been in the slums fighting, and this seems to be like a reward for him, a very very compensating reward for him. Other than that, I don't know what he's been doing before.
I think you were assistant minister before in any government.
He has worked as the assistant minister and deputy minister for urban affairs, minister of internal affairs as well. He also served as a policy analyst at the governance commission. He worked also for planning, policy, and compliance at the Liberian Petroleum Refining Company. He also served as a program manager prior to that. So he was the head of the Youth Education Foundation. This is his own profile. I'm not making that up. He served as a national consultant with the UNDP to assess the institutional capacity for Liberian legislature. He also provided consultancy with the World Bank on functionality of county service centers across the country.
And this is why everybody wants to enter government, because even if you were one office board, you on that profile everywhere, and the government can go in. But let's look at this Emmanuel.
I think I need to send my CV to the president elect me be, because that guy
Emmanuel Reeves is going as officer in charge of the LMA, that's the Liberia Maritime Authority, as it seems like Chigo Kapakoli. Now,
right.
Look. Yeah.
This is the money making area now. This a key area here.
Emmanuel Reeves is no stranger to this area. He's been there. Look, for your information, he was appointed by George Weah when Eugene Nangwe was asked to lead the re-election of George Weah. They gave him the vote to run that particular maritime office. So he's a commissioner deputy. He was a senior deputy commissioner for maritime affairs. He's been there. He knows the story. He knows the corner. He knows the loopholes. So he's no stranger to maritime. So he was in charge before he was with Eugene Nangwe as a senior deputy for maritime affairs. So he was running it until Eugene Nangwe left to run the George Weah campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, Jacob Kabakoli. Jacob Kabakoli is the nephew of President Joe Boakai. Jacob Kabakoli has been very close to Joe Boakai. Even his name is mentioned several times in the Costa Revelations. that even when Costa allegedly used to send money, the ego, when the ego learn, it can learn either in the hands of Jacob Kabakoli or in his presence. And there was some money that allegedly came that Joe Walker did not receive. He landed in the hands of Kabakoli, and Kabakoli, did not come for it. Or how be it, whether these stories are true or not, or Kabakoli did not come out to deny, Joe Walker did not come out to deny, but it was just a revelation from a very close confidant. But if these information are true, does Jacob Kabakoli qualify under the what you call that, the good ethic, I just forgot the name, but there is something about good ethic law where nepotism and thing is that allowed?
I don't know. We give for me. I believe that there's nothing like nepotism here. For me, if Jake is qualified, why can't he deserve the job? The only problem we have is he's influenced. The guy is he's close to the president, and that's the only problem here. But we also saw that President Ellen gave car to her son, and we didn't speak of nepotism, and they have been happening across the country. You saw it with Doe, with Talbot family, all the past leadership. So I don't think we should be speaking of it now. If they are qualified, they deserve to marry, to go through the real process. They should be given a chance to serve the country.
Right. I like the discussion though. And Ellen gave it to her son. Boakai gave it to his nephew.
Talbot gave it to his cousin as well.
Yeah.
So Doe give it to his people as well. So what do you think? They all deserve it. We have not been crying for. Nobody been talking about it. Yeah. No car was given to Robert Salif. What happened?
People from the opposition protested. The crowd fouled. That set the record straight.
What happened, Mr. Mensah?
Nothing happened, but because it happened in the past, does not make it right.
Are you saying
right now? I'm not following the rationale behind your argument. Because it's been happening, so should we allow it?
My point was no. What I underlined here was my point is when Jake is qualified, give him the room to serve. That's what I said.
So why only the president nephew will qualify? Other people can qualify.
Oh, but all the names have been given. Why there are not names given? They are not related to the president.
Well, guys, let be strategic here in our thinking here. If you look at Marathon, the guy they put there, he been around. Nukar, let's look at Jake's profile on Nukar.
Jake worked with Nukar. He's going to run Nukar anyway. Yeah,
exactly. So
they say the officer in charge until the appointment the heads are being named.
Yeah, but the question is when? How long?
Yeah, you can't come on now. You asking for so much. It could be the next week.
It doesn't take 10 years to steal. It takes 1 minute.
It's gonna be like
no. This appointment has to be scrutinized. It has to be properly vetted. You can't put anybody in your government. Not in his.
Come on, let's read that story.
You see, your
argument is on the list. Not permanently, they are there for a short time. But my argument also is that if any damage should be done, it can be done in 1 second. You know what I mean?
Guys, from the list that we just read, I still have my doubt. That's my opinion. And now, why am I saying this?
You want to share your doubt with us?
Yes, the doubt is we had this stuff here that were widely propagated in Liberia called the rescue train that is going to rescue this country. That means if all of these people that have been surfacing around the earth from the early days that our president told us that is corner opportunity, isn't that the same names that are now appearing again? This is what I have my doubt and suspicion. It's the same old players.
Maybe the other guys will come to talk about if you are doubting these people who are just appointed by the man who admitted that they squander. So yes. Don't have problem with this. You should have problem with the man who you elected as president because he admitted. So
Yeah,
if
so
you can elect him,
this,
so why worry about the
so my
henchmen?
doubt here is, you see, the area lieutenants that have been appointed in this area, they were there before when they all squander and they come back. That's my doubt. You see, I
Yeah,
just
yeah, we heard that the chief made a revelation that he will be millionaire. So they
here
put
we
him to
go.
the oil place. And guess what? You know, I was reading something always appear on my Facebook. This black lady, one of the first black millionaire in America from the colonial era. This lady wanted to buy a piece of land, and then where the rich farmers, where farmers who may farm, a rich in mineral. So they played our burying land. They didn't know that oil was there. So that when they sold to the woman, after they sold to the woman, a few years later, they discovered oil, and the woman became millionaire. So Jacob Akwali have been planting on fruitless ground. Now he said he'll be millionaire. Now they send him to Nuka. So maybe he's going to be millionaire.
You see,
Ellen's son Dele, she took responsibility. So Joe Boakai nephew can do it, and he will say, "Well, I'm sorry, I took responsibility," and nothing will happen.
Yeah,
I do understand.
It's just my doubt. I may be wrong, but from the same old names that appearing, I just have that doubt until they prove me wrong.
It's normal part of human being to be doubtful. So, Paul, you are right. We can prove you wrong. You are right.
You see, I do understand that you guys will argue the point why I say that Mr. President will put his most influential cousin or nephew to that particular to run the car to some full money. That's not all it is. That's the secret. Some full money, take money, keeping his name, and that's it. Ellison did it. I mean, Mr. Mensah asked me, "Is that right?" Let's put this record straight. Is that right? It's not right, but we don't care about it. We thought the old man was bringing change to change that for bring someone neutral. Like one person that appointment is well praised today is Double Jala, because the past activities people talk of it. Anybody ask about Double Jala, was straightforward guy. He can do the things straight. He will do better for Liberia. He will do better for LRA. Now Jacob Akoli, we know that he'll be taking envelopes a year and there. So Mr. Kolba, Yaka Kolba was on the something show yesterday talking about how you've been taking money off people to just give them, promise them jobs and stuff like that. So when you put into car, what do you expect, guys? And just to somebody just saying that this is what what's the person Better Stewart just said. The guy said he's going to be millionaire in 3 months or in 3 years. So what do you expect? So nothing happened. We've been seeing past government. This is what we're suffering for today. So we wish that the government can look into those things and change things around and qualify people that are not influential cousins or nephews or relatives. That's of course it's nepotism. But what can we do? We demonstrated against putting Robert Salif there, but nothing happened.
Yeah, but I agree. I agree with all of our reservations that we have, all of our doubts. But in whose hands the final decision lies? Is people have been nominated.
You mean the Senate?
Yeah.
Listen, just stop joking, man. The last time the president, they just start look. Be serious here. The House of Legislation did not. A couple of people in Liberia not be nominated. The president went overruled it. They took them back. We saw it happening. I could go in names. We saw that happening.
No, but they also denied some people who Zolizo did not go to APRC.
Except you were not a president favorite.
Yeah, and then when they got in,
look at Nathaniel McGee's sister who called Jesus Christ's name during the interview because she didn't know, but the state pastor.
And we were here when people like this guy were the mobile what's guy the CDC chairperson, what's the name again?
Molu.
Who crying that they shouldn't give job to non-CDC. You saw that happen. We didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. When Darius Dillon, brother, was given a job at the Ministry of Transport, I think we all heard that story. And they denied him a job because he was not CDC.
He was not given a job. He was already there.
And right?
Because Darius
Yeah, because it's sacking. Is he because he was not CDC? Is that fair? Was that fair for the young man? He was qualified for the job. They sacked him. So we are saying, what I'm trying to say, guys, is this. what we are saying, we've been saying this all along. The president had the ultimate power to say who you want to put there. What the House to say don't put it in there. Ellen did it. Ellen, a couple of people were denied by the House. Ellen overruled it, and they put them back.
Mayor Bro is one of them.
So what issue of president got it? The president has it, not the House of Legislation. The president got the last decision in Liberia. Forget about that. It's a joke, man. I'm sorry, it's a joke. Unfortunately, it's a joke.
Okay, so I don't know. We have exhausted almost everything, and my only concern here is that the rest of the appointments that will be made, since people are already complaining about some of these appointments, let the president be wise enough. Let him consider the public outcry. Let him try to build an inclusive government. Because I haven't heard anybody from the CDC. I haven't heard anybody from the CPP. So is it going to be a unity and NDR thing, or what's happening here?
Well, I think Francis can tell us much about that because he's much more informed about the government. The government.
Francis, the trend we're seeing, what's happening?
It's a government of inclusion.
When will we see
Government of
inclusion?
Liberians.
When will we see inclusion?
I mean, Unity Party. We are not trading on party lines and no tribal lines and so. This all the people are Liberians. They are qualified Liberians. At a point in time, we still have a lot of appointments to be made in the government, and we will see.
But also, the rest of the Liberia can wait until you take all your people first, right? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, wherever it holistically, they're all Liberians. If you want to apportion them,
no, we agree. They're Liberian. That's why they live in Liberia. We agree. But why when it comes to dividing job, the other Liberians should wait? Then only the other Liberians should get first?
Only one Liberian can occupy a particular position.
Yeah, but
Francis,
you are appointed 12 people.
Francis,
Why that particular group of Liberian?
Francis, don't be philosophical. Be straight to the point, man. This issue here is you need to be straight to the point. Francis.
How straight can that be?
You're not telling us.
You're telling us
they're all Liberians. Of course, they're all Liberians. That's not the point we're asking. When would they have other Liberians that lead the alliances? We saw alliances, people like Tiago Gongolo, people like Alpiton, other parties. The only person we see so far, but that party will be Beslo, right? If it's not even confirmed yet. If Beslo is confirmed,
her name is down on the list.
It's not on the list, so it's not confirmed yet.
You just intimated that the people from the Ministry of Finance, the Deputy Minister, they work there on we as administration. They have long experience. I mean, they are still being retained.
They were not CDC. They were not CDC, and most of them could be Unity Party members.
I mean, are you kidding me? CDC will have Unity Party member working with them.
Yeah, so many of them.
But they pretend to be. I'm saying they pretend to be CDC, but they were Unity Party.
So many.
But
so many.
So
many Unity Party people were in the CDC government.
We were told. But do you know that we were told the second round of elections, Amara Corner managed to raise more than 500,000. It was in Liberia to support CDC. It's Unity Party second round. Where did the money come from? It was from Liberia themselves, within Liberia. It didn't come from outside.
We 6 million Liberians.
No. Over 500,000 was raised to support.
Yeah, the population in Liberia 6 million.
Who gave the money? Did you contribute?
Everybody can give $1. You
come on. This guy is a joke.
No, you see, the thing about
if 2 million people give $1,
even until now, Unity Party do not know that they have won the election. They still running campaign. They don't know. Up to now,
Francis.
Number one, Francis. They go out attacking other people who they have no reason attacking. When elections are over, they stay in campaign mode. They are won. They don't know. So this party lacks governance. What they are good at is campaigning, propaganda, and all these things, but they lack governance. And I would say that this is my opinion. I'm not right. I'm not wrong. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had a different flavor.
It is a fact.
So yeah, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had a different flavor for Unity Party as an institution, and the current Unity Party is a different thing altogether.
Please put that
That's just
back.
my opinion.
Paul put it something. Augustine Lepo, the government don't even have a voice in their own country. So how can they do such a thing? What does it mean?
No,
Because
this Lepo, I know what you call he was here attacking. He said, okay, let me put this one on. Yeah.
Oh,
What
what are
you in America? You lie. The guy doesn't even know how to write anything. He's been attacking all we are liars. We'll go to jail. If I were you at your age, I will feel shame to be writing that kind of thing.
We want to see those things, man. They are right. They got to make an opinion. Whether you let's put it
Yeah,
straight.
I agree.
Whether
But
you're
if
in
I were
America,
him,
listen. Let's read
at
it.
this age, I will not be here abusing people who even know better than you when you should be using this time to improve yourself. Everything you write here, anybody read it will laugh. Whether you in America, you lies on the government,
I mean,
he
that,
will
that
ask
could be
the
that could be
Americans
temple.
government, the Americans government to you.
Linford, we should look at the logic,
Exactly.
the context of which he's writing. I mean, don't forget about the temples, the grammatical. I mean, it doesn't really. I mean,
No,
you
but it doesn't make
understand that.
sense.
You know this.
If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. So why would I contextualize it?
I like Francis.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I can't contextualize anything that you are lying. You
There
are
was
big liar,
something
you are
said,
a
and
big
he said, "You
Look at
guys are big liars." And then
No,
he
he said
want
you
to
are
say,
a big liars.
"You are big liars." Then he want to say, "Some of you will be going to jail for lying."
See, look at the kind of people. You even if you asking what is governance, he will not tell you. All you know,
guys.
he voted.
Man, we should waste our time on viewers, man. I mean,
It's good to have you, Lepo.
No, but
it's good to have you.
Mr. Mensa, it's
Yes,
quite
sir.
So you come back tomorrow. We are here all the time to lie. So we hope you come and listen to our lie. You are our good friend. Share the show.
Mr. Mensa, the good thing about this program, we all talk, it's our Liberia. You just talk something, we disagree to agree. Someone will come and say something. We want to respect your opinion as well. But
Exactly.
we want you to be not to be disrespectful. If you don't agree with what you're saying, put it in the proper way. Not like making statement, you don't even know what you're talking about. You and myself, we don't agree on things, but we don't insult each other. That's the point we are trying to stress.
No, not at all.
So this is the point. So we also want to give some chance to the viewer to put their view across, so they know that we do read their comments and their thoughts, and also their contribution. Anyway,
Yeah, so Lepo, we encourage you to come back tomorrow. We'll be here again, 7 o'clock
No,
at the
I've
time.
been
Listen to
following
some
this
live.
guy, and I really been enjoying his comment, to be honest, because
Yeah, I was just laughing. I enjoy my
the reason
man.
why I clicked on it, you said something, say Unity Party won, but they stay in the campaign mode. Some of them,
Yes.
not all of them. And
guys,
something that is being said, they don't follow. The thing what when he started making a comment is what we're talking about when I said the time is important.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making. But that time, when people talk about time in project management, 1 day or 1 hour or something, you can lose track. So he started, I think Francis spoke before I came on that, and he said, "Oh, you guys are liars." And then he went on, "You will go to jail." So it's just funny to get a reaction.
And Francis Collins say, this isn't American government, because I said
I don't know
in
which one
American place adherence.
which member of the Unity Party hierarchy have ever come aboard recently. I mean, to throw jabs or propaganda. It all come from opposition. The ANC people on Facebook writing a lot of stuff. Your Mariah, she writing. Cindy writing. We have never come up. Unity Party have not come up any rebuttal. Nobody in the hierarchy of Unity Party has ever come up. Probably are just sympathizers.
Okay, thank you very much. I like you, Francis. Thanks for coming. You always like to spice up this show. Then, guys, this is the last newspaper from the Daily Observer. Can we go?
Oh, Jesus.
It's a
No, but you see, this is what runs the economy. You know, a pickup looks like a truck. This is what runs the economy.
Is there too many checkpoints along Local 2 Monrovia Highway?
Oh, man.
You know, we talked about it here before. Why too many checkpoints around Liberia? Too many in the city center. You can see that in Banga Tututa. Almost what other place need, guys?
Ganta all over the place.
No,
the question I always ask when
I
it comes
am
to the
dead.
checkpoints.
No, before going to Monrovia, go from Kakata way. That's another place.
Oh yeah,
You get
Kingsburg,
15 gate.
Salala.
No,
You get
15 gate I'm talking about.
Yeah.
15, yeah, Kingsburg, 15 gate. They also have one in Kingsburg. But the question I always ask though, why on Broad Street go for checkpoint? And people living right on Broad Street put checkpoint. So why
In the night or in the day?
Daylight, of course. Night and
yeah,
day.
night.
In a day, they have the checkpoint, Gabriel Tucker Bridge and
Yeah.
Slipway Way that they always station right there.
But guess what? I always want to know why they put a checkpoint there. And it reminds me, Jimasi, I guess story. We were coming from Greater Liberia during the wartime. We used to come to Memorial. Then the Echo Mode next time, read the Kogler factory, he get going hanging on you. Then he take a metal detector, he checking out. So I asked a question on the guy to team you. I said, but Oga, are you looking for a weapon? He said, yeah. I said, but what about the one that hanging on you? That the bad thing I said, the guy said, he said, just impact the car. That guy detained me for almost 10 minutes. He said, what kind of question? I said, well,
Guys,
so if people living on Broad Street and you put in checkpoint there.
On a serious note,
Let me get Jamal before you hit. Let me give you a story about it. You see that when the vehicle is loaded, usually they will put passenger at the top or the cardboard at the top of this vehicle.
Yeah.
So similar thing like this happened in front of City Hall, Monrovia City Hall. The policeman stopped a vehicle like this. Some guy was sitting at the top. So they charged the crime that he committed. The police officer already said, setting up the truck is attempted to commit suicide. That was the charge he put on the guy. So,
Correct.
yeah, attempted to commit suicide.
Yeah.
But first, our policeman before. First, tell us a little bit about that.
guys, this is
Unfortunately, I was not in the traffic division. I was in,
undercover.
operations.
So you're
Where you go arrest?
of course, he was undercover, is it?
No. I could arrest.
Okay.
Now,
So
when can go in the corner, it's flash and bash.
So, guys, listen now. On a serious note, there are two things here. Look at health and safety right here. One, two, look at too many checkpoints around the country. Are they so important to have these checkpoints? That's a question we have right now. We talked about it on the show before. Why are too many checkpoints around Liberia? Are they necessary?
I think we need somebody with security man to be on the show for all the
But
discussion.
you
Easier.
have right here, ex-police officer.
He's a police
I
officer.
will tell you one thing. In a country like Liberia, where let me give this to Liberians, right? We fought 14 years of civil war. There was disarmament that went on. I agree. But who knows the number of guns that came in the country? And after disarmament, who could compare? Match what was collected and what went missing and whatever. So if Liberia was not a peaceful country, and I will give this to us, Liberia, we are a peaceful country. This is why right after the war, even with the presence of ECOMO, but ECOMO could not cover the interior side, where bulk of the fighters were living. But people could still travel in the night without any incident, except for a few people in Monrovia City who were carrying armed robbery. So Liberia would have been ungovernable after the war, with people having arms and all these things, hating arms. But Liberians are peaceful people. But in any country, security matters. And in a country like Liberia, where we are not advanced in other security detective, arrangements, people feel that the physical presence of checkpoints would deter would-be criminals. So I think that's one of the reasons why checkpoints are visible in Monrovia. But again, the question is, in Monrovia City, if you put checkpoint, if I'm coming from Johnson Street, right, going across the bridge, and I see checkpoint, I can go all the way and pass somewhere and manage and get somewhere and go. If I'm going Cinco and you get checkpoint on Crown here, I can pass Benson Street, or I can go way down, I can just somewhere and go.
So lane four.
I think Francis.
Come on, Francis. Yeah, I'll come in last.
I'll look at it from two perspectives. One, most of the checkpoints are illegal checkpoints. Two, it's economic if you and police are highly paid, you won't be wasting their life standing up on the I'll get an incident when I was in the police. Look, if we went on an operation, they gave us money. Let's say President Taylor said this is money for 50, or you 10 guys who went on the operation came back. They gave the commander $50 for you. That commander will take, if you have $50, you will take $20. You pass it to your commander. Your commander will take $10. You pass it to the ship commander. The ship commander will take money. But then you get to you give her $10. Seriously. So I'm telling you how corrupt the police. I mean, so is it basically? So many times we operated. We went beyond Morovia. We took checkpoints down. We took checkpoints down. The checkpoints were not necessary, So there are definitely 2 points. The 2 points is most illegal and then the economics.
So let me add little thing. Before you did talk about after the war, there were so many arms, and we don't know arms come. Liberia is a very peaceful place. Seriously. Something that you see, if you want to know how peaceful is Liberia, see the amount of money changer on the street.
Yes.
Monies, not for joke. That cannot happen in Abidjan. I'm telling you.
Nigeria.
That cannot happen in Nigeria. With a group of people sitting down, one person just sitting down with bundles of money. And you get a lot of hungry people. Liberia is a peaceful place. So when I see all of these things about the country, and that why I was amazed with the inaugural thing that they have to put bulletproof on the president.
Yeah,
I don't know why they did that.
Old man. Who got that for him?
I don't know why they did that because this is
that was a weapon, to do something to the old man. That thing is heavy.
No, that thing I found is like, look, we good at yeah, but we are scary people in nature.
Mm-hmm.
This is Liberia. The moment it starts, they say, "Oh, my man, you forget that thing that people think." Yeah, you forget it. People will just walk away. So, the country, we are peaceful people. Honestly, you and somebody look. If you see two Zoko fighting, it's just funny. They will make big mob but time to throw a punch. They carry the big mob away. So that's why it is. But guys, we've been here a while now.
Yeah. So I think we've exhausted, and all of these things. Sometimes, like the topic we're discussing now about checkpoint and this kind of traffic hazard, they are very important. Or else we would not. If people are taking precaution, we would not have had that total incident, because this was a visible risk hazard. But people saw it and they went there. But we'll get to learn. We'll get to learn, and don't blame Liberians. All third world countries are like this. Okay, I've been to Asia, go to Thailand, go to Vietnam, go to Philippines. Okay, you see the kind of things. So you see, motorcycle, small, not even the big motorcycle get that first part, that small thing. You get a man, his wife, and 3 children say now only no helmet, nothing. They pay to the woman back, they all pay to the front of the man, one between the driving. And every time I go there, my skin creeps. Okay, and they don't know that it's dangerous because this is something our child that was born in the world. All he know that car's supposed to be like this. That's what they know. But it will take time for us to transcend and reach another level.
Right. It will take time to transcend. We have the rescue team that are going to rescue all of this thing. We'll have policy in place. And on that note, but it's true. Francis is right here. We're going to have all of these things in place. We'll have this better Liberia. We're not being seeing vehicle like this traveling with palm oil or alcohol or coconut oil. This is unacceptable in the 21st century. I mean,
okay, Jamal, you want to take us home without Mr. Lion Manson?
Jamal had a song and then he took it off.
I took it off. I want to bring 1 second. Let me do it. I can get it on. Go on, guys. I will look for it. Just try to see.
Okay. So, but Francis, want to say thank you very much. I was even wondering whether you're coming because we didn't talk today, and for you guys, no need to say thank you to us because I mean this is our responsibility. We're supposed to be here.
They're trying to track me down. Trying to track me down. For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Joe Rastafari, King Selassie, big up, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man.
Facebook have no why. We have no why. Just Facebook have no why you call it right to the song.
Oh Mr. Liar Man. Oh, liar man, you know, I didn't do those things